GameStop is currently setting up for what may potentially be a triple bottom. This is a critical level of support sitting at just under $19.50. It's touched this level of support twice in the past year, specifically down here between March and May. If it touches it again and bounces, there is a possibility that it may return to the top of its range, which sits at approximately $48. Hello, everybody. My name's True Demon, and I'm the Devil's Stockbroker. If you've been following me for a while, then you probably know that I've been in the AMC movement quite a long time. It started with a massive squeeze in GameStop where it ran from a ridiculous $12 up to more than $400 per share just a couple of weeks. I was there when the buy button was taken away by Robinhood. I was there for the Battle of AO1 in AMC. I was there on May the 13th and called the squeeze a few days later. And I was there once we hit $70 and the dilution hit AMC, knocking it all the way back down to $50 in just a few hours. Been playing the stock market for a relatively short time compared to a lot of so-called experts. I myself have never claimed to be an expert, but a lot of people started paying a lot of attention to what I had to say because I was willing to dig deep into filings and extremely boring, dry material, trying to search for answers that nobody could really make sense of. I tried to look for patterns, signs, and evidence of what we were witnessing happening in the markets and on the charts. I spent a lot of time doing that. I spent a lot of time sacrificing time with my family, time for myself. I sacrificed a lot of sanity to focus on doing what I thought was extremely important work. And I still think that it's important. But right now, I feel that I have to be completely honest about what I'm witnessing happening to this movement and where I stand with AMC and GameStop. When I started in this whole thing, I really got wrapped up in the euphoria just like everybody else. The whole sole motivation was because I saw an opportunity in the market for a trade, and it seemed extremely unique because it had a following of literally tens of thousands of people, possibly millions of people, that were standing in unison against Wall Street as a great big middle finger to the faces of the 1% who have historically stepped on our faces and made sure to keep us crushed beneath the yoke. I have a personal history and admittedly a bit of a vendetta against Wall Street because of what happened in 2008, the crash that followed, and the fact that nobody went to prison for the crimes that were committed throughout the subprime crisis and all those years that came before while they were building all these derivative devices that were designed and doomed to fail. And the fact that the only people who paid for it were people like myself, my parents, and close friends of mine. And as I said, I feel that that is truly meaningful, that what we're doing is extremely important. But over the last several months, I admit that I am very tired. I'm very tired of being the subject of everybody's controversy and outrage. So I'm going to address a few things that have happened recently and where I currently stand with AMC and GameStop. So a lot of people have a problem with the fact that I started up a Discord. Fact is that I started this Discord with one sole purpose in mind, that I was going to bring people together into a single location where we would be able to analyze stocks in the market and find correlations that matched up between what happened to GameStop, AMC, and other squeeze stocks in order to continue the fight by targeting those specific stocks that had the best chance of squeezing and creating the most pain for market makers and broker dealers. This is not done as a way of promoting any form of stock market manipulation of any kind. I've never participated in a pump and dump, no matter how much people like to claim that I have. I've never done that. I have shared a lot of data, what I perceive to be facts, and shared my opinions about what's going on in the market. And I have to tell you that the only thing that I have gotten for it was a lot of punishment, and I am tired. The other thing that I have gotten for it was a lot of people that are really looking to me for answers that I don't truly have. I don't think anybody has. And unlike a lot of people, I really do see that the odds are not in our favor. It's just a fact. The ape movement is it's not guaranteed that we will experience success for what we are doing. In fact, it is improbable that we will be successful. But I am still here, and even though people are coming at me personally because I face losses in the stock market. So to those people, I will say this. I am not your personal crystal ball, and nobody on social media or elsewhere in the market is responsible for anybody or anyone else's trades. You are responsible for yourself. You are responsible to your family, and you are responsible for all the consequences of your own decisions. Every video on my channel begins with the message that nothing I state is financial advice, and everybody is responsible for their own trades. I have frequently said I can be wrong, and it has been a fact that I have been wrong before, but I have always been honest with my opinion. The purpose of Hell's Trading Floor and the reason why I started this was not to make myself rich. Quite frankly, this has created far more stress for me than I can have possibly imagined. I can't believe the amount of work, the amount of sweat, and fear and anxiety I've had to deal with just by trying to bring people together in order to increase their education and understanding of the financial markets. It's a truly colossal task. But I don't want to seem ungrateful because there's some really incredible people in our community that have really made this worth continuing, and it makes me want to keep doing it. They put in the work to make everything that I have tried to teach and understand about the markets mean something. They put value in what I said because what I said, once understood, was able to help them change their strategies and help them make money. I have to be perfectly honest about what I think AMC and GameStop are and what happened and what is going to happen. I think that the squeeze for GameStop happened in January, and that while there are probably hundreds of thousands of short shares that have gone unreported, and the same can be said for AMC and dozens of other stocks that have been blasted by market makers and abused by broker dealers, targeted by short hedge funds, and manipulated by the system. These are not the only ones, and that this is going to continue as long as the system persists the way that it has. I don't know if or when they are going to squeeze. There is no certainty that that will ever happen again. I have hope that it will. And I will always be checking the technicals and reviewing my research and looking for new answers and evidence for whichever direction these stocks will be going. But I am not going to choose to believe that something is a certainty when I cannot prove it. And I'm not going to encourage a herd mentality that denies objectively what's happening in front of our own eyes. And that is that the stock's values are going down. Whether or not it is the cause of manipulation, and I do believe it is, but regardless, it doesn't matter because the value of those investments are going down. Here is what I am here to do for everybody else. If you want to continue holding GameStop and AMC, I wish you the best of luck, and I really do hope you win. I'm in the same boat with the rest of you. I don't hold a GameStop position anymore, but I still hold an AMC position. No, I am not going to disclose my account, my portfolio. I just don't believe in doing that. It seems like an unnecessary thing that isn't really worth sharing. But I'll tell you honestly, I am positioned long in AMC. I don't have any short positions. I'm just long, just in shares. I don't have anything else. And I'm not trading it actively. I just cover it because I think it's important that everybody still knows what's going on. GameStop I cover too, but I haven't had a position in it since February of 2021. I've been out of it for a long time. I chase potential. I look for value wherever I see it in the market, and I try to help everybody else identify value too. I feel that I have a unique ability and a skill for pattern recognition that I can try to help other people spot and show them what I see so that we can identify these kinds of plays together. And it has worked many times, and sometimes it has not. But on the whole, what I believe that we're doing at Hell's Trading Floor is we are creating a more educated and better conditioned trading mentality for the traders who are with us. We are training ourselves, sharpening our skills and our eyes and our powers of observation to be able to spot opportunities in the market in order to take a little bit off the top and ensure for ourselves financial freedom and independence. And that is all I am trying to do. I'll tell you something else. To this date, as of December 18th, 2022, we just had the first anniversary of Hell's Trading Floor. And to date, I have not taken a single dollar of profit from either my YouTube channel or for the Discord itself, because all of that money was spent paying for market data providers directly from the exchange or for the options feeds that we subscribe to. And that is all for the purpose of providing stock analysis, which we pass on to our members. Tens of thousands of dollars of market data is spent on the support that our members give us, which I am incredibly thankful for. And without them, we wouldn't be able to exist. And I have not personally profited at all from any of that money. I make enough with my day job, and I make enough playing the market, identifying those opportunities and seizing the moment, because we are better together. And that is the only way that Hell's Trading Floor sustains me. And it's how we sustain each other. And that's our mission. For some, there will always be this persistent belief that AMC and GameStop are still the crux of the market's situation, and that if they squeeze, then everything will be made whole, or it may cause the entire system to crash and break down. We don't know. But whether or not that is true, I believe that people who are participating actively in the market must be able to sustain themselves by learning how to trade elsewhere in order to continue to make money, rather than pouring it all into a single hope and betting everything on a single stock. For me, that breaks too many fundamental rules about risk management and keeping yourself responsible and honest with yourself. So for that reason, I don't advocate for people to just pour all their money into a single stock. Instead, what I would encourage you to do is to take the opportunity to learn everywhere that you possibly can. That if you're going to pay this much attention to the market and it matters that much to you, then you should learn how to play it for your own benefit so that you can get some for you, yours. This isn't about money purely for the sake of money. This is about doing what is necessary in order to keep oneself solvent and sustained. Because the market is designed in a way to take money from everybody else. That is what it is there for. The market is there to exchange goods for assets, cash for shares. That's the system. And if you don't learn how to play that system, the market does not care if you go bankrupt. So, in order to remain in it, you must do something in order to ensure your survival in it. For that reason, I maintain Hell's Trading Floor to try to teach everybody else, to the best of my abilities and the best of my knowledge, how to make money playing the stock market. If that's something that interests you, then I would be happy to welcome you with open arms to Hell's Trading Floor, which is by far, and maybe I'm tooting my own horn here, but I believe one of the friendliest communities where somebody can safely come join and learn how to play the stock market, not be judged for where they came from or what they have done or what their experience was. It doesn't matter. We're all here to learn together. That's the purpose. If you want to do that, that's what we're here for. We're here to teach. And if you want to throw money into AMC, GameStop, or another meme, then I wish you the best of luck. But it's just a dangerous game that I caution you to spend some time to really understand what you're getting yourself into. This video wouldn't be complete if I didn't do a little bit of technical analysis for you, so here's what I have for you. GameStop is currently setting up for what may potentially be a triple bottom. This is a critical level of support sitting at just under $19.50. It's touched this level of support twice in the past year, specifically down here between March and May. If it touches it again and bounces, there is a possibility that it may return to the top of its range, which sits at approximately $48. This is actually a really good opportunity because there are multiple signs based on previously analyzed technical indicators, such as the volume direction candles, which signals every single touch of this level is marked by a plateauing of the on-balance volume, simultaneously interchangeable with the volume direction candles. And you'll notice that every time it undercuts its slow-moving average and then recovers very quickly, there seems to be a really nice recovery price of the stock over time. And now we are creating that same setup once again, just as we are coming back to that same level of support. AMC has a slightly different situation, but similar setup where it's created different triangles that it has formed new levels of support and resistance at. But the support appears to be very solid at approximately the $5 level. The last time it approached, it bounced off of just under $6. Most recently in November, it bounced off of $5.10. And now we're seeing what could be a bottom one more time. So since these are significant price levels that we have seen some significant volatility from in the past, it's worth calling out those levels here too. Whether or not this is going to be very similar to what occurred back in January of 2021 or in May of 2022, whether or not this is going to be very similar to what occurred in January 2021 or May of 2021, it remains yet to be seen, but the setup does appear very similar. What we expect to see is a higher low and a potential surge of volume and price action similar to what occurred back in May. That would be the ideal scenario for AMC. But for that to happen, we do need to have a very good catalyst, which, who knows, maybe the Avatar sequel will surprise everybody. I think it'll take a little bit more than just one movie, but I think that AMC is in much better shape than it was back in the beginning of 2021. So what goes on from here is really up to the shareholders, up to the institutions, and up to AMC's leadership, who, despite their shortcomings and despite where their motivations may lie, I do suspect that they want to see their company succeed. So at the very least, I put faith in the fact that Adam Aron and the executive team of AMC, even though I do not think that they have done everything perfectly, I do think that they do want the success for AMC theaters and for their company to continue long into the future. I'm going to keep this one short, so that's going to be it for this video. I want to thank you guys for listening and hearing what I have to say. If you want to call me a shill or throw me under the bus, I'm just going to tell you the same thing I have told everybody else since I got here. I really don't care. I'm here for me, and I'm here for the people who want to learn. If what I'm doing doesn't jive with you, then you don't have to listen. But for everybody else who wants to listen, thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. But until then, have a hell of a time in the markets.